I had to. So the next game that we're going to talk about is Everton 2, Arsenal 1. I got to say, Arsenal, man, y'all are letdowns. You let me down big time there, Arsenal. Back-to-back L's. Back-to-back L's against heavyweight teams. You see what I'm saying? Back-to-back L's, Arsenal. You now drop to 7th. 7th, man. You're losing to United, losing to Everton. You lost to Liverpool. You see what? This is the thing about Arsenal. I don't know about when they meet clubs that has some stature. You see what I mean? Everton's been around a while. We know they got quality. They've been struggling, but quality manager, and they're capable. United, Liverpool, you lost to City. You see what I'm saying? And this is where this is the hurdle that Arsenal needs to get over. They gotta get it. They gotta get over that hurdle. They gotta get over that hurdle. And we could go all the way back early in the season. They lost to Chelsea as well. So Arsenal fans must be wary of these kinds of results where they could have walked away with something positive, but not clinical enough, man, in the final third. Not at all. Got to do a lot better here. So, look, big win for Everton. They needed that badly. They really, really needed that, man, like a diabetic needs his insulin. And they had gone about, what, about 9 games? 9 games or so? Yeah. That's the first win in 9 games. Big win for the Toffees, man. Big win. So Yeremina came back into the 11. Godfrey had to go out at left back for the injured Luca Digne. Aubameyang out on the bench. Lacazette in. Saka in. Smith Rowe. Big miss for this game. He out. Wasn't even involved. Like, I didn't even talk about Smith Rowe in the preview in terms of him being out. And I did tell you guys this could happen. Players could be deemed fit 2 days before the game, and then an hour before the game they get injured, right? Granit Xhaka, oh man, he's back in the team. And I was actually surprised, you know. I was really surprised, and I have to criticize Arteta a bit for this one. I have to. You cannot bring Xhaka right back into things. First game back, first game right in. Nah, I don't agree with that, because Xhaka ended up getting a yellow card, and that goal that was scored by Demarai Gray, the build-up when Gomes was actually carrying the ball, Xhaka couldn't do anything because he was already on a yellow, and that's something that could come back to bite Arsenal in the behind later on in the season. These are the little things that we must note and pick up in these games. Kieran Tierney came in for Nuno Tavares, who did replace him off the bench later on in the game. So for the first 30 minutes or so, it wasn't the best football in my opinion. It wasn't the greatest advert for Premier League football. No team really dominated. No team looked like they really wanted to take the game by the scruff. But then, you know, things began to take shape. Yeremina, who came back from injury, had to go off injured again, and that could be a setback for his recovery. Mason Holgate, very, very, very versatile. He was brought in. Look, this was a very controversial game, and this was a hard game if you're Evertonian, or if you're Richarlison, because 44th minute, he scored, headed in from a Townsend free kick, which would have been his 50th goal in English football, disallowed by VAR, right? Celebrating and everything, disallowed. It's like, god damn. And to make matters worse, a few minutes later, Arsenal scored. Kieran Tierney running down the left cross, and first time side foot strike by Martin Odegaard to score to put Arsenal ahead. I don't know if Arsenal deserved the lead at that point, but you don't always need to deserve something to get something. So quality stuff there by Odegaard. But Arsenal did not manage the game well. Didn't. And I have the notes right here. At 45 minutes, I said, Arsenal has to manage the game. And Everton, behind after disallowed goal, they would have to fight from behind once again. And they've been struggling where they had been winless in 8 coming into this match. And coming off of a demoralizing loss against Liverpool as well. So they needed this. They really, really needed this, I'm telling you, man. Needed this big time. Look, 59th minute, Doucouré played in Richarlison, who scored again on the VR review by a toe. He was offside. So that would have been very hard to take. And I'm pretty sure Richarlison was convinced that that one would have stood. Look, the goal did come in the 79th minute when Gomes had a shot blocked and it fell nicely to Gray, whose shot hit the crossbar, and Richarlison headed in the rebound. First to the ball and really good header, looped into the back of the net past Aaron Ramsdale, who was again doing a great job in goal. And then he could finally celebrate where he was third time lucky. That would, look, in the end, you see the score 2-1. I could say that Everton deserved to win this game. It's like they wanted this thing more. Eddie Nketiah came off the bench and had a brilliant chance to put Arsenal in the lead. How he hit the post there, I don't know. I don't know how he hit the post, and the rebound came off and like hit him in his face and went out. Brilliant ball by Saka. You have to score those. You got to score those, man. You got to take your opportunities. And you know who took their opportunity? Everton. 93rd minute. Demarai Gray, who has been 92nd, who has been the best player this season in an Everton shirt. It's not arguable. He has been. What a goal. Andre Gomes driving forward, and you gotta also give credit to Rafa Benitez for the substitution of Andre Gomes, who's coming back from a long-term injury as well. He just made a whole big difference in the midfield, where for Alan has to do a lot more defending. So you have a Gomes who could drive forward, and you know, he had a brilliant 2016 Euros for Portugal. That's where he really rose to fame. Went to Barcelona, and then he ended up at Everton, where he's put out some good performances, but across the last 2 seasons, he's been really hampered by injury. That was a freaking good goal. Andre Gomes should pick out Gray, and Gray just shimmying, going past a few players, creating space for himself, and hitting that ball with all his might to the far post, off the upright, into the back of the net. Brilliant. Iwobi did get a chance as well, former Arsenal man, to score, but saved by Ramsdale. And he's been horrible for Everton, though. You know what I'm saying? 3 goals in his Everton career. That's poor. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He had an opportunity to square things at the end. Missed it. Aubameyang has not been good enough. As a senior player, isn't he the highest paid player at Arsenal as well? You're not justifying your pay, bro. Arsenal got to move on from some of these guys. They've been linked with Dusan Vlahovic. I think Arsenal should go all out for Vlahovic. You see what I mean? And when the summer come around, sell Aubameyang. Let go Lacazette and continue trying to build, because these guys, man, when the key moments call for them to do well, they're not doing a goddamn thing. You see what I'm saying? So first win in 9 games for Rafa Benitez and Everton. He was actually trying to subdue his emotions, keep his emotions subdued, but in the end he just had to let it out, man. That was a, you know, it sucks not. Listen, it sucks to lose, but imagine going 9 games without winning anything. 8, I should say. That sucks, man. That sucks. So, good win. Well deserved. And this comes after Director of Football Marcel Brands actually stepped down. And I think it's because Rafa Benitez probably had an argument that, hey, man, myself and the sporting directors not seeing eye to eye. He brought in these players. I haven't really got a say on who I want to bring in. It's either I go or he go or whatever. And they decided to, the sporting director had to go. He's been there since 2018, and he's been responsible for a lot of the overly ambitious things that Everton has done over the last couple of seasons. And if you really look at the players this season that's been effective, it's the Demarai Gray, who they bought for $2 million. It's the Townsend, who they got for free. You see what I'm saying? It's Holgate, who I think come through the academy. You feel me? Ben Godfrey, who they picked up from Norwich. Ducory, I think they got for free. So it's not always the big money spendings that's going to get the job done for you. It's just bringing in players and doing some smart scouting. So well played, Everton. They needed that badly. But for Arsenal, man, it's like they're reverting to their August form. Back-to-back losses. They have to actually bounce back in the next game. And Mikel Arteta, you got to go back to the drawing board and get these wins on the board. So who do they have next? They're in 7th right now. They have Southampton, who could be a tricky opponent, but Arsenal should fancy their chances against Southampton. Then they got West Ham, Leeds, Norwich, Wolves, and then Man City on New Year's Day. So not a bad schedule coming up in December. They also got a EFL Cup game against Sunderland in the quarterfinals. So not a bad schedule at all for the Gunners. So for Everton, who are 12th, they move up in the table to 12th with that win, and they got 18 points right now. Not bad after 15 games, but they should have done a lot better after the way they started. Their next game, what does the schedule look like for Everton? Crystal Palace, Chelsea, Leicester, Burnley, Newcastle, Brighton. Good schedule. Good schedule. Perfect schedule for them to try to get their form going again. Chelsea, be careful, man, of a resurgent Everton. Just want to put it out there very, very early. I'm not saying I'm going to predict Everton to win the game. I'm just saying